Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. Today I got 2 DIYs for you, and without further ado, let's get started. DIY number 1 is going to be this beautiful wreath that I did. It is a cross wreath and I just absolutely love the way it turned out. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get one of these cross wreaths. I bought this one at Hobby Lobby 40% off, and so I got it for like $6. Then these are all picks from Walmart and the Dollar Tree, and I have a whole bunch of different ones because I wasn't quite sure what flowers I was going to use. So the first thing I'm going to use is I'm going to use this one right here. That is from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to lay it flat. I kind of like made the branches like kind of come out a little bit, and what I did is I zip tied it onto that chicken wire that's on the wreath. And now I'm going to come in with these tulips. This is a whole bouquet of tulips, and I got this at Walmart for like $3 for the whole thing. And then I'm going to come in with some of these white tulips, and I'm just going to start sticking things in here and there, just where I feel like I want to fill out some spots that are open, and I just wanted this to be really pretty and full. Now some of these I did not have to twist tie down because once I got my base down, it was easy to just stick them in because of the chicken wire. So then I also put in some of these purple flowers, leaves. I forget what they're called, sorry guys, but I got this bush also at Walmart. I just kind of go for wherever the sales are and whatever looks good to me, and those are the flowers I pick out. So I was really going for the white and the purple color in this bouquet that I was doing on my cross. So there it is, everything all nice. And now I decided to come in with just a little bit of baby's breath. These I did get at Dollar Tree though, and I just stuck a few in some spots just to kind of bring out a little bit more of the white against the purple. And now I'm just kind of fluffing everything, moving it around, making it look pretty. So now on the back there were a few I told you that I just poked through. So the longer pieces, what I decided to do was tie them down to make sure they were secure with some zip ties. And now I'm going to make my bow. So I'm going in with this bow from Dollar Tree. It's like a satiny bow, see-through. It's a purple. I use this one. I also am going to come in. Now, what I do with my bows is there's no right, wrong way. I don't know. But I have trouble making bows, poofy bows. I like making messy bows, but for this wreath, I wanted to do a nice big poofy bow. So what I did is I folded my ribbon that I wanted to use a couple times over, and I just kept flipping it over on top of each other, and I did like 4 loops, and then I did then one bigger, then one a little bit smaller, then one a little bit smaller, and I went all the way up to the tippy top. Now I'm going to take some raffia that I got from Dollar Tree, which I was very lucky to find this purple raffia. I don't even know how it happened, but they had a big spool of it and I took it. So, and all I'm doing is tying a little bow with the raffia. All I did was wrap it around my fingers and then tie a knot in the middle with it. Now I'm going to take one of these zip ties and I am going to zip tie this whole bow together. And I want to make sure it's really tight because I'm going to start pulling out all them loops. Now I did come back out, but I didn't show it on camera, and I switched out that clear ribbon and I didn't make it the back of my bow. I ended up going in with a checkered burlap bow, which was burlap color and white check, which you will see in a minute. But first I'm just showing you how you just pull the loops out and just make sure you just twist them, turn them, just make it poofy. That's all there is to it. It took me a while to get these down, but if you keep practicing, it does get easier, I promise you. Because for me, it was quite a hassle, but I did do it. So now once I get my bow done, but you could do any type of bow you want. So as you can see there, I did come in with that check. That is the back of my ribbon now. So now I liked that a lot better. So I also ducktailed the ends of my bows, and I also stuck on that raffia in the middle there. And now what I'm going to do is secure it to my wreath. So what I'm doing is I'm taking another zip tie and I put a pipe cleaner that I twisted my bow, and I kept it long because I wanted to be able to double zip tie it and twist tie it onto um, that chicken wire. And there it is, all up close. So pretty, guys. I love, love, love the way this turned out. I am so proud of it. It is my very first cross wreath that I have done. So I'm very happy. But you let me know what you think in the comments box below. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up too, please. And next, DIY number 2, I decided to go in and do a really pretty elegant looking egg on a wooden piece. So what I'm using here is I am using some bling. I'm using this white wooden egg from Dollar Tree, some flowers that I had on hand, some tulips, and also some scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. So I'm taking this piece right here, and I'm not doing this, I'm just kind of like making the egg the way I want to make it. You can do this any way you want, but what I did is I'm just cutting it out because I only want half of this, well, quarter of it to be full with that paper. Now I was going for a scalloped look on the edge of that paper, but I didn't like the way it looked, so you're going to see I'm going to cover that up. So next I'm coming in with another paper that I got at Hobby Lobby. This is in the scrapbook collection. This is a textured scrapbook paper. It is very thick and it has a really pretty design on it of flowers. So I just traced the other half of my wooden egg, and I'm going to be placing that on the bottom part of my egg. So I'm going to keep messing with these, which you will see. I wanted to cut these into sections because what I'm going to do is I wanted one to go like sideways, like kind of in an up angle. It's kind of hard for me to explain, so I'm just going to show you. I did it kind of like in different directions. So now it's kind of swooping one way and then swooping another way, kind of trying to make it look like a real Easter egg, but an elegant one. So now what I did is I cut those pieces. Now they all still match up because I cut it as one piece first and then I cut it up separately. So now what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring out that pretty print that's on that one piece of scrap paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking some of ballet slipper pink chalk paint in the ballet slipper color by Waverly. You could get them at Walmart, and I am just dry brushing it over the top so that all those little edges that are popping up that you see, it's gonna enhance it more. And I didn't want it so bright white. I wanted some of that pastel colors in there. So I did all 3 of those pieces with that ballet slipper color. Now you could go in with any color you want. You can do a pastel blue color or green or yellow, whatever you want to do. Use your own scrapbooking paper, whatever you like. This was just the colors I wanted to go with. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Mod Podge and I am going to Mod Podge this one piece on. Now I'm just applying it to the scrapbook paper, and then I'm going to apply it to my wooden egg. Now I am going to have to cut the edges on this because it's not going to be perfect, but I wanted to get it down first and make sure it dried a little bit. And then I went around the edges, which you'll see in a minute, and cut those edges off. So now that scallop's going to go away. Now you could do a scallop, but I decided to go in with this beautiful lace ribbon that I've had for a while. I got this at Hobby Lobby a long time ago when it was on sale. And I decided to put some lace on this egg. So what I did is I flipped one of those pieces over, and I'm going to hot glue that strip of lace down on the bottom of one of my pieces. And once I get that hot glued down the way that I want it, I just want it to kind of stick the lace out a little bit so that you could see it on the egg. And that's going to show you my sections now, because now they're going to be kind of sectioned off. So now I wanted to cover up that scallop, and I didn't want my egg to go unfinished I like to have a finished product. So I decided to go in with my white Waverly chalk paint and give it just one coat because it's going to be covered. I just wanted to make sure that the edges were getting the white chalk paint, but I ended up chalk painting the whole thing. But you could do whatever you want. You could just do the edges if you want. And I did also chalk paint the back as well. So now that my egg is all nice and dry, I am just going to trim off those excess pieces that are on the top of my egg. And I also do go in and sand them as well. But first I'm going to go in and I'm going to put my other piece of lace on my next section that is going to go on to my egg. So I am just hot gluing, same process, and I'm going to slip that underneath the other piece so it kind of has layers. Now isn't that pretty? Look how pretty that is. So elegant and so pretty. And now you'll see me, I'm sanding the sides of that paper just to get the little pieces off and just so it's kind of meets where it needs to be. And next I'm going to go in now and glue everything down. So I am going to glue down this piece first, my next piece, and I'm going to measure that out. Now as you can see, it's a little short on the one end. So what I do is that is going to get filled, so I am not worried about that. I'm going to put some florals over there, which you'll see in a minute. So next I'm coming in with the bottom piece next because I wanted to make sure that my bottom piece, that all sides were going to be covered, which it is. And then next I come in with the middle piece. Now you could do this any way you want. This is just supposed to give you some inspiration on what you would like to do. Maybe making a fancy egg. I mean, this is beautiful to display in your home anyway. You can hang it up. You can just display it on a little stand, whatever you want to do. So now what I'm doing is I'm cutting off that trim, the little bit of that trim off the edge of my lace and make sure I get it all. And now next I'm going to come in with a little bit of pearls. And I thought this would be so pretty. And these pearls I got at the Dollar Tree. And you could find these all the time. They always have them in the sticker section. If not, they have them in the floral section. And I just kept going along the edges there just to give it a little something else. And I thought that this really made the egg so much more high end. And I really, really love the way it looks. And it just came out so, so pretty. So now I'm just going to keep going with this, and I go on all of the little edges of my egg in these sections. And even if the strip didn't make it, I just took another piece, and then, because these come in strips, so you could just rip them off, or you can just, use them as the strip. And whatever excess I didn't have, I just used it and then just ripped it off. It's very easy to do. And once I get that all done, then you are going to see me come in with some florals. Now, the florals that I decided to go with are these pretty tulips that come in the dollar section at Target. So I have been picking these up as I've been seeing them because they feel so real and are so pretty. These are the prettiest tulips I have seen out, okay? And they're $1 each, but they are so worth it for especially crafts like this where you don't need too much. So what I did is I hot glued it down on the side here. I'm just gonna kind of have them curving down a little bit on the side of my egg, and I made one a little bit taller than the others and just kind of like, did them up, down kind of look. And then once I get those hot glued down, I'm also going to come in with some of these, first I'm going to show you, I'm going to do my twine. I'm doing, this is a pink twine. I bought a whole bunch of this twine, and it comes in every color you can imagine, and I got it on, Amazon, and I absolutely love it. So I tied a couple bows. First I tied that twine bow with the pink, light pink color. Now this bow, this ribbon that I used was from Dollar Tree. And then this bow here I got at Hobby Lobby a long time ago. It's like a pink and white laced bow. And I just did your basic shoelace tie on these. And then I'm going to come in with my burlap one. And I did make a small burlap one as well, a little bit smaller, which we'll see in a minute. Now I'm going to come in with some of these. Now I have a ton of these paper flowers. The reason why I have paper flowers and because I also do scrapbooking on Thursdays and Fridays, and I use these quite a bit on my layouts. So you will see me use these a lot when I can on any of my Easter DIYs. But you can pick them up at Hobby Lobby. They also have orange sticker sales, 50% off. I go into Tuesday morning and get them. So any type of florals you can use. You don't have to use what I'm using, of course. And now I also got this, was in the spring collection at my Hobby Lobby last year. I got 50% off. Might have been 75 to be honest. But all it is some twine with some beads on it. And it's for Easter. It's also got leaves on it and a couple flowers. So I'm just kind of cut it apart because I just want to use certain beads that are on it, like that big pink one you just saw me do, a couple of the little tiny white ones, and I'm just kind of sticking them in, trying to make a pretty little thing going on in the on the side of my egg here. I don't know how else to describe it, but you see what I'm doing. And it's just kind of like a cluster, as we would say in scrapbooking. I'm making a pretty cluster on the side of my egg. And then I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to keep doing that until I get it the way I want it. Anything you have in your stash, any type of stuff, just use it up. And, that's what I try to do. I don't like to have to go out and buy things all the time. I try to use what I have when I can and make things that way because I think it's just so much more efficient to do it that way. So now I'm going to use another one of these flowers on the left side here, and I'm just going to do a little cluster on this side as well with these paper flowers and my ribbon. So this was like so much fun, and I can't even tell you. I love making stuff like this. I do scrapbooking, like I said, and I could do a scrapbooking layout on this. Like I could put a photo on this and make it look so pretty and use it to display in my craft room of my kids or whatever. And it's just a nice way to do things like that too. So now I'm just sticking a couple of those beads off of that twine that I cut off up here as well, just to kind of everything kind of goes together. And I just love this, guys. I hope you guys like it too. Also, I wanted to mention, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you. I do DIYs at least 3 times a week, if not twice a week. I try to do them when I can, when I'm not too busy with my kids, because I got 6 kids. And I also do my scrapbooking on Thursdays and Fridays, in case you're interested in seeing that as well. Now, what I'm doing on the edges here is I am just distressing with my vintage photo. This is a distress oxide ink. You could get these at any craft store. They're by Tim Holtz. They're by Ranger. And they just really give a vintage vibe to your layouts. And here's your close-ups. So I hope you guys like it. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I love both of these DIYs, but you let me know which one you like the best. And leave me comments, guys. I love to hear from you guys. Give me some thumbs up, please. And I would love to hear from you all. And I hope you're liking my content. Please let me know. And like I said, if you're not subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And I want to thank you all for watching. And remember, stay crafty. Bye.